Hey everyone, it's Tom here from Ludicrous Feed. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we are talking about the new Kia EV6 GT, which has been officially launched in Australia. We're going to go through the press release that was provided from Kia about the car. So first of all, let's have a look at some of the pictures provided from Kia. There is a front three-quarter shot of the GT, and then there's a front-on shot there, and then another front three-quarter shot, and a side-on shot there. There's the new GT badging at the back. And they are the green calipers. They look very interesting indeed, quite striking next to the blue. Another close-up shot of the green calipers. And there is the interior showing the new GT button in the bottom right corner of the steering wheel. And new GT logo for the bucket seats as well for the Kia EV6 GT. So yeah, we will go through the press release. But before we do that, I'd like to highlight a new channel partner in driver.com.au, and they are a fintech company providing new car loans for EV customers. And it looks like you can get a pre-approved car loan in minutes, and it's a free quote, of course. And apparently, it won't affect your credit score as well. Being very well reviewed independently and also through organizations like the Sydney Morning Herald, Financial Review, FinTech Australia, and Smart Company. And look, 150,000 Aussies apparently trust Driver, and they are the reviews over here. And yeah, free quote, like I said, through the website, and they match and compare 30 plus lending options from all the major banking and lending organizations. Get your free quote with that button. Apparently, you can find your best deals in 3 easy steps. Skip endless hours of shopping around. Number 1, choose your loan, choose your preferred lender, 100% rate transparency. They do all the checks against 1,000 plus lender policies before it's shared with a lender to protect your credit score. And then 3, loan approved. Review final loan documents and get on the road. I've had a look at some of the Trustpilot reviews, and it looks like they're getting pretty good scores and reviews from happy customers. There you go. So have a look at Driver. And of course, they're still a new partner. So, I'd love to hear your feedback about them. If you used them before or if you're about to use them, please send your feedback, and we'll certainly like to keep things real on this channel. So honest feedback is always appreciated. I'll leave a link in the video description below to driver.com.au if you're thinking about buying an EV and you need quick approval for a car loan. Okay, so let's have a look at this press release from Kia, and we'll go through some of the highlights of this release. So 27th of January 2023, it says Kia's most powerful production car ever, reaching 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.5 seconds and a top speed of 260 kilometers an hour. High-tech all-electric powertrain delivers 430 kilowatts of power and 740 newton meters of torque combined. Powering the GT is a front axle mounted delivering 160 kilowatts. This is paired with a powerful new rear-mounted motor producing 270 kilowatts to deliver a combined power output of 430 kilowatts and 740 newton meters of torque. The total power output of the GT6 is a remarkable 80% higher than that of the next most powerful EV6 variant, the all-wheel drive dual motor model, which has 239 kilowatts and 605 newton meters of torque. So a very powerful machine indeed. The EV6 GT can cover 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.5 seconds, top speed of 260 kilometers an hour. And despite the enhanced performance potential, driving range is still 424 kilometers WLTP. So I'm looking forward to taking a loan of this car to test it out on the highway and also real-world urban range as well. So at the front, Kia's signature digital Tiger face includes intelligent lighting system, LED headlights, and sequential turn indicators, while muscular fenders and clamshell bonnet lend the EV6 GT a powerful look. A revised front bumper unique to the GT helps to emphasize the vehicle's width and a stable, planted stance. The new intelligent front lighting system uses the front view camera to recognize oncoming and preceding vehicles. The system reduces the risk of dazzling oncoming or preceding vehicles with high beam by controlling individual LEDs with each headlight. Vehicles with IFS also feature sequential indicators, as said before. So it comes with a set of 5-spoke 21-inch alloy wheels, neon green brake calipers, as we saw in the picture, and at the rear, an aero spoiler statement LED taillights as well. So let's have a look at some of the new inclusions in the GT variant compared to a previous EV6 variants. So we've got a 77.4 kilowatt hour battery. That's not new, but I'm just highlighting how big the battery is in the EV6. We've got GT body design with neon green brake calipers, electronic controlled suspension, E-limited slip differential, 21-inch alloy wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, IFS LED headlights, and sequential indicators. EV6 is Kia's first electric GT vehicle. to feature ECS, electronic controlled suspension. ECS controls the vehicle dampers to maximize driving comfort and handling performance for road conditions. The vehicle dampers are automatically adjusted according to the vehicle speed, road surface, cornering, stopping, and acceleration requirements. The system also helps to mitigate body roll when cornering and can limit squat and dive during rapid acceleration or braking. The initial stages of tuning the EV6 GT commenced in Europe with a very smooth road biased and European tuned car. The Australian product and tuning team travelled to Germany and searched for B grade roads, replicating Australian roads, an essential element in transporting the vehicle into a GT capable of coping with rough country roads. And that's important because some of our roads can be quite rough, particularly out in the country. So Kia's put it through the famous Nürburgring track, providing validation the car was competent in GT mode. No concerns there lap after lap. Driven and confident, grippy and stable EV6. Initial tuning in Germany locked in the hard parts. So, yeah, I'm not sure whether that meant the brakes locked or they locked in the hard parts, and that meaning that it did very well. But regardless, it looks like it's a good car for the track, which I'd love to test as well one day. 3 ECS modes, normal, sport, GT, were then fine-tuned extensively on roads in and around Sydney and Canberra, each with their own unique characteristics that were well suited to typical Australian road and driving characteristics, providing excellent rough, urban and country road performance, handling and ride quality. So great to see some transparency from Kia, tuning it for Australian conditions. Electronic limited slip differential ELSD helps to control the differential function of the rear wheels to help improve steering performance when turning at high speed, improving launch performance, prevent slipping on rainy or snowy roads due to dissimilar friction of the left and right wheels. So it looks like they've really thought things through. GT mode automatically configures the vehicle's motors, brakes, steering, the ECS suspension, ELSD, and electronic stability control systems. Drivers can further tailor the various power and suspension control systems to suit their individual driving preferences by accessing the My Driver mode. Drift mode, and this is what I'm interested in. Drift mode, when activated, sends 100% of the torque to the rear wheels to allow the vehicle to easily drift around corners with a small steering input. When exiting a corner, power can be distributed to the front wheels, again to improve acceleration. Drift mode should only be used on a private track. Yes. So yeah, hopefully someone will take me on a hot lap, one of the professional drivers in a Kia EV6 GT. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? A highly responsive performance braking system that maximizes regen braking. That's good to see. Double ball joint front suspension to allow for bigger brakes and a virtual steering axis resulting in better steering feel. Also good. An integrated electric booster contributes to a reduction in braking distance and a selectable brake mode as well. Normal or sport to allow the driver to tailor the sensitivity of the brake pedal. So the new high-performance brake hardware seamlessly works with the regen brake system. It peaks at 150 kilowatt recuperation. It's pretty good. Combining with active braking, the EV6 GT peaks at over 300 kilowatt recuperation. That's quite a bit considering it's 430 kilowatts of power normally with the two motors. There's multiple regen braking system levels, of course, as we saw in previous EGMP system cars. None, 1 to 3, and also iPedal, and now there's an auto mode as well. Apparently, the EV6 GT is the world's first and only regenerative braking maximization system that delivers a large amount of regen braking torque to the front and rear wheels. Furthermore, there's variable control of the regen braking, 50-50 to front and rear wheels normally, and there's variable control up to 70-30 for front and rear wheel differential. When in GT mode, lots of acceleration and deceleration, of course, and then it will be able to replace hydraulic braking, and that will help, of course, preserve the discs and maximize energy recuperation. It's great to see that. I guess it'll mimic more like an electric race car as we see in Formula E with all that regen braking around corners. Let's have a look at some of the interior highlights now for the Kia EV6 GT. So there's a GT mode button on the steering wheel, which we showed you earlier, and also artificial leather and suede bucket seats as well. Metal inserts inscribed with the GT moniker with the neon green piping added to the seats as well. Some more specs for you there for those who want to know. 2900 millimeter wheelbase and a flat floor, which I love for the rear and front rows. Results in cabin space similar to many mid-size SUVs. Yes, it certainly does feel more spacious in the eGMP platform, such as the Kia EV6 and Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Genesis GV60 as well. So in terms of storage space, 480 liters of trunk space, and then with the second row down, it's 1,260 liters. It's pretty spacious. And there's a small little frunk as well. So if it's the same little frunk as we've seen in other EGMP cars, it's very small, 20 liters of storage, but better than nothing, I guess. Other highlights for convenience and technology, apart from what you've seen in other EV6 variants, there is the heated seats front and rear as well. And the Kia EV6 GT is available in 5 colors: Runaway Red, Snow White Pearl, Aurora Black Pearl, Yacht Blue, and Moonscape Premium Paint Matte Paint. And recommended retail price of the EV6 GT will be $99,590, assuming that's Australian dollars here in Australia. So there we go. There is the Kia EV6 GT. Not a bad looking car, and the specs certainly speak for themselves as well. Of course, as always, I'd love to bring you the practical real world experience of driving this GT in terms of real world range and hopefully track mode as well. We shall see what I can muster up when we get loan of this car. All right, everyone, you've been watching Tom from Ludicrous Feed, chatting about the Kia EV6 GT. Many thanks to Kia again for providing that press release. Hopefully you'll see me driving the car very shortly on Ludicrous Feed. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, happy charging.